everyone, Mark here. I'm standing outside the Athens building in Leicestershire, my home county. I'm here for the second Andercon event. If you don't know what Andercon is, watch the video from last year, or watch this video and you'll soon find out.
Welcome to Andercon. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
You gotta give him a round of applause.
So I guess I'm here in several capacities, hosting, troubleshooting, pointing people in the direction of the toilets, which I've already done 4 times this morning, and I'm happy to do for the rest of the day. But also as, I guess, the torchbearer, as much as I can be, and as a proud son of an amazing father. And I don't just mean that in a creative way, obviously. Creatively, none of us would be here without his amazing creations, but also he was a great dad too. And so this is about celebrating not only his creations and the wonderful legacy he's left behind, but also his life. And all the achievements that go beyond the field of entertainment.
When it came to the direction of the voiceover sessions, was it largely Sylvia?
Sylvia.
Rather than Jerry?
I remember it being Sylvia. I don't remember Jerry being that very strong in it. I don't remember that at all. He may have been, and I just don't remember. I remember Sylvia was in charge of the scripts and in charge of. She was in the studio with us. I don't remember that at all, unless you know.
Well, Sylvia was also another actress on the show. But can we just talk about some of the cast members who are no longer with us? I mean, what are your memories of Peter Diney?
The lovely Peter Diney. He was perfect as Chet because he was a father figure, and as I said, he had a little red sports car, and occasionally if I didn't drive down, he would pick me up in this little sports car, and I was crazy for him. That's why at the moment I own the sports car because of Peter Diney. He was lovely. I mean everybody was. I mean I don't have a crossword about anybody. It was all very pleasant. We had a lot of laughs. I remember laughing an awful lot. Because, especially when we started to do things. I think it was one of the first time 8 people did everything in a show. All the characters, you see. And so many times, the first time David had to speak to himself with somebody else, I thought was very funny,
So talking of voices, it seems a good opportunity, and I know that you'll say that you've told this story many, many times before, but I think we'd like to hear it again. Could you tell us the story of how you found the voice for Parker?
Yes, of course. Jerry took me to lunch in a pub in Cookham, and he said, I'd like you to listen to this elderly bloke who used to work in the Royal Household, he told me. And he was the wine waiter. And we sat down and looked at the menu, And then he called the wine waiter over, and his exact words were, "Would you like to see the wine, sir?" So that was I'm sure many of you have heard the story before. And of course I elaborated on the voice with the H's and made him a bit more eccentric. But it was a wonderful part to play. And I think in the first episode, when she rang the bell, he came in and said, "You called, milady?" And then we changed it to the iconic phrase, "You," with a slight pause after, "You rang, milady." So we kept that in. And it became, I think, one of Jerry's favourite characters. And I think you all out there liked him a bit too, which I'm gratified by.
What was your sense working on the series? Did you have a sense that you were working on something that was going to be really good?
Well, we never really knew. Jerry was really set in his mind that this thing was going to go, and he phoned up Lou Gray, and they were quite close buddies by that time, and said, "I want you to come down to Water Street. There's a viewing theater that I want you to see the first episode of a thing we've just done. It's called Thunderbirds. It's 25 minutes long, and I think you'll love it." Lou Gray said, "Sure." He was confirmed in the belief that Jerry could do little wrong. He was right too. Anyway, Lou Gray came down to this viewing theater in Water Street, where a lot of bigwigs who run the business come down and take a look either at actors or the talents of a particular writer, and they run these episodes, not necessarily Thunderbirds, not yet, and just see what they can select for their own particular interests. Anyway, they started the thing on Thunderbirds. Lou Gray was sitting there, I think smoking a cigar, which is totally disallowed. Anyway, they got about 10 minutes into the run, and all of a sudden Lou Gray jumped off his chair and said, "It won't do. It's not going to work. It won't do." And Jerry almost fell off his chair. I don't know what, he couldn't imagine what was going on with Lou and why he was making this sort of comment. And he said, "It's got to be an hour long. It can't survive in a half an hour. America won't buy a half-hour comedy show. No good." So that was it. Lou Gray picked up Jerry off the floor and said, "It's all right. You got." Anyway, they made the thing into an hour, and some of the shows that we had already done had to be rearranged so that they would fit the American schedules. They did fit it. Lou Gray somehow got a showing on NBC television of the first episode of Thunderbirds. America all of a sudden took it over. They said, "This has got to go. Don't give that back, whatever you do. It's the best thing that's happened on a Sunday night in American television in years." And that was it. That was Thunderbirds. Broke the barrier because at that time the networks wouldn't allow any program that was produced outside the American states to be shown on network television. They had a system that just would not allow it. Thunderbirds broke that barrier, and after that, a lot of programs came in that had been marking time till somebody said, "Okay, we'll show it. We'll take a chance on show it." And so they came in and lined up as they were and started to be a feature of American television.
How far were you able to go in terms of expressing emotion with just? Because obviously it's a difficult thing to do with just your voice.
Well, not very far, because I do remember one occasion. I've told this story to many times, so if you've heard it before, you can just turn away now. But I remember one particular moment when Captain Scarlet was in great danger, and Destiny was up there saying, "No, Captain Scarlet, please, you are in great danger. No, please, Captain Scarlet, do not do that, please." And the guy who was directing it, Reg, put his finger on the button and said, "No, sorry, Liz, love, no, puppets can't cry." So I thought, well, so I had to But I was ready to spill the puppet tears for Captain Scarlet. That's why we always thought that they had something going.
Memories of what kind of person Ed Bishop was to work with?
Yes, indeed. He was a lovely guy. He really was. He was an American, very much from the same part of America as Kennedy, typical Yankee. He also had a dry sense of humor, and he was a hell of a good actor. And he used to concentrate extremely hard when he was playing the lead. He had one of those things you sometimes have in films, where in order not to mess up your makeup and what but not sit down.
Well, at that time I was living at home with my parents, about 4 miles from where the studio was. And Ed had to live by ATV. He was there 6 days a week, so he actually had a flat in Elm Street. And he used to come once or twice a week to my parents' home and have dinner with us, because otherwise it was in a hotel and we don't have. So he became like family to us. My parents knew him really well. I found him, he was very, very serious. Not stern in any way, but he did not mess about at all when we were filming. He used to do the lines, do them again if he had to. It was George Sewell who used to laugh all the time. George was very naughty, and he laughed all the way through every episode. And it was very, they got on really well. It was a very happy, I think it was probably, I can honestly say, the happiest television series I have ever worked on. Because I never saw in one day did I ever see an argument between crew and cast or anything. I have never worked on anything else where it was a one-day stage show or somebody was upset about something. Not one day in all the time I worked on that. It was just a pleasant atmosphere all the time.
Brilliant. And Georgina, your memories of Bishop?
I just remember the first day I was there, about the first day or so, and he was saying, like Jack Warner, I remember him coming out and saying, and if I've got it right, and I think we just had a daughter, he called her Georgina. I believe
you must have made a very big impression, as indeed you did all.
I just do not have time for this. Sergeant Major. Sir! Yes, sir! We're leaving.
I have to say, Dr. Neinstein, I really admire your balls.
We is zeroids, actually.
Of course you are.
And I is here to speak up on behalf of the doctor, who I thinks you is being rather unfair to. I just want to say, Dr. Neinstein is an employer that I is glad to serve.
Oh, so he pays you, does he?
No, not exactly.
And you're free to leave at any time?
No. What I meant to say is that the good doctor is what you might call a no-nonsense person. If he thinks you is useless, he will let you know.
So you feel included in your organization?
Oh, yes, sir. You know, last Christmas, he invited us heroes to join the humans in decorating the Christmas tree. we was the Orbles.
Right.
So you see, at the end of the day, underneath that cold, heartless exterior is, well, a cold, heartless interior. But underneath that, there is, well, there's something. Sergeant Major. Yes, sir.
Don't help me. What's the fastest way out of this dump?
Oh, that's easy, sir.
What in Spacefire? Good evening, sir.
You ruined my set! What is the meaning of this?
I think it's what you call car crash television, sir.
I think you're right. Our ratings will go through the roof. On with the show.
No, we're leaving.
All right. Nobody gets out the Jeremy Vile show without taking my lie detector test.
Well, I do. And if that vicious old hag Zelda does show her face...
Hey! Oh, the family gag, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my mummy you're talking about.
All right, mate, all right. Calm down. Anger isn't the way to deal with these things.
Mein grandmother findet the fly.
Flaming thunderbolts.
All right, you've had your turn. Where I come from, we let others have their say, so sit down and shut up.
Are you people really the reason I'm trying to protect the Earth from Zelda? Father Vile and his bleating flock? You're nothing but a bunch of spineless, gutless sheep, the lot of you.
So, mate, what's your side of the story?
I don't understand why Einstein hates us so much. All we want to do is take over the world and enslave its sniveling inhabitants. I mean, peace. We want peace. Peace.
Hang on. Hey, he's your uncle. So your mother is his sister?
No, her name is Sister, but she is my mummy's sister.
Hang on. X-Star's mother is sister, and Young Star's mother is Zelda, and her sisters, but X-Star calls Zelda Grandma and Young Star Uncle.
Look, it is very simple. My mother is... My God, you have a point.
If you were working for Henson's, you would do it like this, with the thumb representing the bottom jaw. So we'll try the Henson's mode of operation, and then we'll have a go at the Terrahawks style. So the important thing is not to do that, because we don't talk with our heads like this. So the script is, we're all going to have a go, and you need to do a bigger movement for all the vowel sounds. So here we go. It's good news, devoted ones. The trap is set. At last we will discover the stinking lair of the despicable Terrahawks. Right, okay, so let's see everyone. Give that a go. Excellent. Let's come on. Marvellous. Okay, so did we get the hang of the vowel sounds, everybody? Let's see if you can. Okay, here we go with the words. Good news, devoted ones. The trap is set. Excellent. Too much movement on the top of the hand there, but you're getting there. Excellent. Oh, Richard. Here he comes. He's going to give it a go. Right, here we go. So let's a little bit of a flick of the handbar. Whoop. Very good. That's excellent. Now turn. Oh, it's going to do another go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Lovely. Now, what are you going to do, Richard? Excellent. Very good. you're going to now demonstrate the eyes and the eye line. So on these puppets, the puppeteers operated the eyes, whereas of course on the Terrahawks puppets, the eyes were operated by the floor puppeteer who was above the ground, because the puppeteers were actually under the ground, so they were done on a remote. But on these original Thunderbirds puppet, there's a little mechanism in the middle there. You can see the eyes going from one side to the other. Excellent, thank you very much. Very good. Round of applause. Thank you.
Second pass. McGee said keep an eye on those pods.
SFG, heavy fire coming in at green 180.
I see it. Wes, I need more power to the main dry thrusters.
SFG, base to Tornado. You are dangerously close to the Black Orchid weapon and cannon. Return to base immediately.
1 minute, Commander. McGee said, stand by to fire oxynitrogen spread on my mark.
Ready, Sam.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
So is this year's Andercon better than the first?
I think about equal. There's a lot more going on, and seeing the films in HD, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, are you here just for the one day or for both days?
I'm just here for the Saturday.
I understand you're a huge Virgil Tracy fan. Could you explain why?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, I'm kind of, I don't know. I find myself, I've got a lot in common with him in a strange way, like musical, like I'm kind of quite sensitive, but try and get the job done, that sort of thing. And he's good looking.
So your favourite Thunderbird would be Thunderbird 2 then?
Well, it's between Thunderbird 2 and Thunderbird 1. So it's kind of Scott Tracy and Virgil are my favourites. And their craft, obviously.
What do you think of the new series?
I love it. I mean, I know there's some things going around saying bits aren't really right, but I can't see any faults in it so far. It's really good. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, here we have professional artist Lee working on a new image. Was it Thunderbird 2 and the TARDIS?
That's right, yeah. Thunderbird 2, the TARDIS and the Ninth Doctor. For a lovely girl called Rachel, who boasts a tattoo of Thunderbird 2 on her thigh. So she's definitely a Thunderbirds kind of gal. And this is also a Doctor Who kind of gal as well, so there it is.
So an interesting crossover.
Sorry?
An interesting crossover.
Yeah, well, one of the interesting things about doing these kind of drawings for people is the kind of slightly unusual things you get to do occasionally. Some of them are so unusual I couldn't possibly talk about them, but it's always interesting when people do like crossovers. That's what people like. And so you can do this kind of stuff, and of course I could draw I can draw to an extent anything you want, and sometimes that puts you in a position of having to draw something you hadn't thought of before. But then even mundane stuff, like I had to draw the elevator car today, which I'm not entirely sure I've ever done that before. I think I may have done actually. I'm trying to think. I did 5 years of Thunderbirds on Thunderbirds magazine, and so it's all a bit of a blur, really. I know I drew lots of things, and then I reused lots of things that I drawn in the first place, so guilty.
Yeah, that is good. So, I mean, look, you are too young to remember Twizzle, aren't you?
Yes.
So how long did it take you to put this together?
A few weeks away from the hands come from my car.
Right. Well, it's certainly different. I mean, you're the first one in the lineup so far that's not gone for the Tracy look. So, although you've got a kind of a Satch sort of thing going on there. So you're sort of like Twizzle meets Thunderbirds. And you're?
My name's Jack, and I have come as Torchy the Battery Boy.
Torchy the Battery Boy. Again, a bit before my time.
A bit before mine as well.
So how long did it take you to put this costume together?
Again, just a few weeks really, and having to work out where to put the battery of Torchy the Battery Boy.
Right, where did you put it?
Don't wish to tell you.
Okay, well, when I point to the individual character, you've got to clap. The one that gets the loudest clap is the winner. So, here we go. You ready?
Hey!
Pretty good. Thank you. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. That sounds like it might be decisive, but we'll see. And last by no means least. Now, because I'm partially deaf due to all my misspent youth listening to heavy metal music, I'm going to ask Jamie if he can indicate to me which he thinks was the loudest ripple.
Well, I think by several decibels. Our winner is kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for making such a wonderful effort. Kirsty, we saw you yesterday. Can you tell me about your fantastic costume? I know who you are, but in case anybody out here doesn't know who you are.
Hello, I'm Kirsty. I'm pretty much a veteran in terms of cosplay. I've done it like the past couple of years. The outfit itself took me about 3 weeks because I was sewing on and off from work. I did actually create the pattern myself as well. And the wig took me about 6 hours to curl because you can't get a short, curled, red-headed wig. They just don't exist anywhere.
Well, I think you've done an amazing job. Can we show our appreciation for Atlanta? Now, Marina. They call you Marina, main time. Excellent. Can you tell me, well, who you are, where you've come from, and what inspired you to dress as Marina today?
Hi everyone, my name is Kishori, I'm from Leicester, and this was actually on the mannequin, and they told me that I could wear it for the day, so thank you guys.
So you basically made no effort, you just showed up.
I was actually Tintin yesterday and earlier on today, so yes.
Wow, so Tintin and Marina, okay, I take back the no effort on it. I think you've done a fantastic job. And again, should we show our appreciation for you? This costume, but for those of you who weren't here yesterday, can you remind us who you are and who you've come dressed as?
Hello, my name is Joseph, and I am Captain Black trying to infiltrate international wrestling.
I really like this combination. This is a nice inventive combination. So shall we show our appreciation for Captain Black and introduce you? Today I'm struggling to call because you've had a lot of appreciation. A lot of effort's gone into all three. So I'm going to take the executive decision that today's Sunday winners are all three of us and the cosplayers. Well done, guys.
This is your 30-minute alert. Andercon shall soon be closing. And now, for our international guests, the same announcement in French.
This is your 30-minute alert. Andercon shall soon be closing.
So that's the end of Andercon, and we're friends. You've all had a good time, haven't you?
Yeah!
You've had your work to say, haven't you?
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah, you got cosplayers as well. You guys did a great job as Torchy and Twizzle.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you.
And don't forget, there is another Jerry Anderson event coming soon in October. The future is fantastic. So until then, anyone fancy a drink?
Yeah!
See you then.